Welcome to the day 3 of our 30 days free tax education. Today we shall be talking about you knowing your obligations and your rights as a taxpayer. The taxpayer administration has clearly defines the level of government which collect taxes, which was what we discussed in our last video. So what are your obligations as a taxpayer? Number one, you are to be registered with the tax authority. Depending on the type of taxes you are to pay, you can watch the videos that we did on day 2 on the various jurisdictions, that is various level of taxes jurisdictions that we have in Nigeria. You have to register with those tax authorities. Very, very important. By what we have had, if you have a name, you already have a tax identification number, implying that you can use that tax identification number to register with the tax authority. That is number one obligation of yours as a taxpayer. You must be registered with a tax authority. Number two is you have to keep what we call an adequate and accurate records. Very, very important. You need to keep an adequate and accurate record of your income, your expenses, the VAT that you are charged, or the VAT that you charge, withholding taxes that you pay, and the likes. Now, we'll be doing a video on the VAT because a lot of us don't even know that the VAT we are paying, as well as the withholding taxes that we are charged, we can use it to actually reduce the tax liability and then the tax that we have to pay at the end of the day. There will be a video that will follow through. You can look forward to that video, and I will be educating you on that. So you have to keep an adequate record. You can chat me up if you don't have what to use as for your records. You can chat me up at the end of this video as well, and I will give a free version of an application that you can use. And then number three is you have the obligation to file what we call an annual tax returns. It is your duty, your obligation to file annual tax return as an individual and as an entity. Now, as an entity, whether you make profit or not, you have to file what we call annual tax returns. You must file it, and that is you have to give us your evidences. That is your incomes, your income statement, other evidences that are required. You have to let us know and tell us. You have to also fill a form that is called tax return form. You have to fill it. Please take note of that. And then you have another obligation that is called an assessment. Pay the tax that you have assessed yourself to pay in full and on time. The video that will follow this will tell us more about the timing as to which you have to pay our taxes. So, but understand that you have to pay the assessed tax. Assessment means you have been able to check yourself and discover that this is the amount that you have to pay. You have to pay it on time. You have to pay in full and on time. That's a few of your obligations that I will be talking about. And let me add this also. Be handy. It is your obligation to know what the law is saying about taxes that concerns you. It is your obligation. Okay, having said that, let's go to your rights now. What are your rights as a taxpayer? You have a right to what we call a tax clearance certificate. This tax clearance certificate, as an individual, as a company, it is what you must have every year. They must give it to you. That is, if you are compliant, if you have paid in full, if you have no issues, you have no outstanding, you must get your tax clearance, and you use this as an evidence that you have paid your taxes. Those that have been to the airport or that want to travel out, they know what I'm talking about, as well as those that are seeking contracts with the government and the likes, and some of the government with the contract with the NGOs. You know what I'm talking about. So it is your right to have an access to a tax clearance certificate, meaning tax authority must give it to you. It is also your right to what we call a fair and just treatment by the tax officials. They cannot bully you. They cannot bully you. There are procedures to follow before they can say, okay, we are shutting down your business. There are procedures to follow before they can say they are arresting you. There are procedures to follow. I will also be doing a video on that. Watch out for that. And then you have the right to your information be confidentially handled. Your information cannot be disclosed to any third party. It is between them and you. Then you have a right to challenge any tax assessment that you are not comfortable with. What do we mean by this? You have assessed yourself, you have paid your tax. Tax authority is saying no, what you have paid is wrong, and they send you an assessment. You have the right to challenge that assessment that they give to you. That's that for that. Then you also have the right to a refund of overpaid taxes. That is, you assess yourself, you pay, and then maybe the tax authority, they also assess you, and they felt that you have overpaid. You have the right for a refund, but understand that you will not get it in cash. You can only use it to reduce your tax liability. And so that is that for that. The essence of this video is to make you stay informed about your rights and to protect you, as well ensure that you don't overpay taxes or underpay taxes. So it is important for you to know your obligations and your rights as a taxpayer. Amongst other, these are your rights and these are your obligations. I am Mr. Ebenezer, your tax consultant, your free tax advisor. Thank you for listening.